So Jimmy Kimmel is back. Why? Well, here's a hint. Disney doesn't care about the First Amendment. They care about the bling.
Coverage of the fallout following Jimmy Kimmel being pulled off the air. We do have some breaking news that we want to get to, as Jimmy Kimmel will be back on air starting on Tuesday. That after ABC and Disney pulled him from the air, suspending him indefinitely for his comments made about the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk. Back on air, Jimmy Kimmel will return to air. As you can see this, a post from TMZ saying Jimmy Kimmel Live is coming back to ABC after this suspension.
At first glance, Trump's attack on Jimmy Kimmel seems like it worked at first glance. But the data is coming in, and it's not good for the pedo-in-chief.
Smart people don't like me.
Take a look at the numbers, and as the old saying goes, the numbers don't lie. Trump is falling, and he's falling fast.
Trump's approval ratings are the lowest for any president at this stage of his tenure in 80 years. A new poll from ABC News and the Washington Post has his approval rating at only 39%. After almost 100 days in office, Trump is as popular as Kanye at a bat mitzvah. And what do when you're down in the polls? You attack the polls.
The conventional wisdom is that Trump holds more control over the country than he does. It's not accurate. When Disney ABC capitulated to FCC Chairman Brendan Carr and the conservative affiliate owners Sinclair and Nexstar, they effectively shot themselves in the foot. Even as of today, tens of thousands of people were still searching for instructions on how to cancel their Disney Plus accounts after the September 18th massacre.
The newscasts are against me. The stories are 97% bad. So they gave me 97. They'll take a great story and they'll make it bad. See, I think that's really illegal, personally.
Kimmel's late-night counterparts rallied to his defense and engaged in some mocking self-censorship.
President Trump just wrapped up his 3-day trip to the UK, and he
looked incredibly handsome.
So why did Disney backpedal? Well, it's not limited to internet posts and Google search results. Investors were worried. Disney stock was down 2% over last week, while the overall market was up 1%. And business people notice shit like that.
Well, there is definitely a push, if you look in social media, for people to, cancel their streaming subscriptions to Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN Plus. It could have an impact. Yeah, certainly. I mean, if in the media world now, digital streaming subscribers are like the coin of the realm. And if you have a quarter where that number goes down, that's not good in the eyes of investors. Analysts sort of think that this could impact Disney in the short term if there's a real groundswell of cancellations.
Yeah, no, and obviously so many different facets of that. Obviously, Disney's such a large company, such a large organization. We're also talking about several mergers that are in place, that the likes of Disney acquiring NFL Network with Tegna and Nexstar kind of trying to become one. How much of a factor do you think that was in the decision, knowing that pulling some of these off the air, the financial impact of that? How much are the mergers weighing on the minds of those that would have tried to air Jimmy Kimmel?
Well, I think that it definitely did weigh on their mind. I mean, Brendan Carr, the head of the FCC, said yesterday, really in no uncertain terms, that he was willing to apply pressure.
You see, this fallout comes from people underestimating how unpopular Trump is and how those who capitulate to him also become unpopular by association. And Trump knows people hate him. That's why he wants them arrested.
That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica.
Take a look at Trump's approval ratings and compare them to those of previous presidents since George W. Bush. The only president ranking lower than Trump today is, Trump in 2017. Recent polls have shown Trump performing poorly on specific issues like trade, the economy, inflation, and immigration. But the problem for Trump and those who ignore the data runs deeper than the numbers indicate.
Melania just turned 55, which is hard for Trump. He's never been with a woman of that age before.
It's not just that more people disapprove than approve of Trump, but the disapprovers feel their emotions much, much more intensely. Depending on the polls you pick for your average, between 46 and 50% of U.S. adults tell pollsters they strongly disapprove of the job Trump is doing as president. That is double the percent that strongly approve. Ultimately, this translates into people being pissed off enough to take action, like canceling subscriptions or choosing different family vacations instead of Disney World. And other companies are behaving this way as well. Paramount did what it apparently needed to do to get a merger with Skydance, and Target very publicly rolled back lots of corporate DEI policies this spring. But the backlash against Target, it was so strong that Target saw a notable decline in sales in the second quarter. The company's stock price fell by 24% between January and March of this year. 24%, that's real money, billions of dollars. By August, the CEO and COO announced their resignation, and corporations are beginning to realize that 2025 is not the same as 2024.
I do see something of a pattern. Sometimes we lose the forest for the trees, but I want to look at the forest, and it is one ugly duckling forest that we're looking at for Donald Trump. You know, look at this. Negative net approval rating for some. You know, we talk about one poll, the CBS News poll. We talk about another poll, the NBC News poll. Nuh-uh. Look at the aggregate polls and look how long Donald Trump's net approval rating has been negative. It has been every day since March 12th in the average of polls. We're talking about 181 days in a row in which Donald Trump has been underwater swimming with the fishes.
While elections might reward coalitions of voters, think about this. Look what's happened since Trump won. He's attacking the very fundamental underpinnings of the Bill of Rights. But markets don't respond to voters. They respond to consumers whose preferences, well, they show up not just on election day, but in audience ratings, subscriptions revenue, purchases like those trips to Disney World, and more. That's why Disney is standing up to Trump, not because of free speech, but because of the bling. Trump is not just disliked, he is viscerally hated by the broader public, and not just Democrats. He's hated by the vast majority of the 90 million Americans who didn't vote for anyone in 2024. And the hate for Trump will be reflected toward the brands, platforms, and legacy media that are bending over for him. So what's the lesson here? Well, it's as old as time itself. Money talks. And while the Democrats have learned the hard way by trying to force social programs without appealing to the Judeo-Christian aspects that might resonate with voters, the GOP is attacking the very heart of what America is today, a nation of technology and communication. And when Trump attacks the First Amendment, as he has, there are consequences.
You make Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech. Is that, I mean, a lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech.
Should probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate.
So now Disney has realized its mistake, and this bodes poorly for Republicans in next year's midterms.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years.
And saying we all want the Epstein files.
So MAGA will have to decide. Do they back down and push back on Trump's distraction from the Epstein files? Because that's what it's about.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
It's sitting on my desk.
So does Trump own the party and now will begin to arrest Democrats and seed the elements of a real civil war? Or will this be the moment that moderate Republicans and the faux MAGA pussies like Vance and Rubio find their courage and save their party? That's a big unknown. So maybe we'll all have to tune in next Tuesday night.
And he rescinded Joe Biden's executive order lowering prescription drug prices for Americans on Medicare and Medicaid. Finally, someone's looking out for Big Pharma and the Promise Keepers, you know? And many of these orders were expected, but some were not. Some of them seemed to even take him by surprise.
Sir, this is a proclamation making the new national bird the fried chicken.
When Jimmy Kimmel again shows America what truth and bravery really looks like.
Smart people don't like me.
Goddamn right.
We will absolutely target you.
Seriously, we need to release the Epstein list.
It's sitting on my desk.
Do you have no shame?
Are you not entertained?
Who are you talking to?
I could be a stupid person.
Trump admitted he knew Epstein for 15 years.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm sorry, man.
You're a nasty person. It's not fair. I couldn't care less. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.